without someone being like, well, that assumes that they have fresh vegetables. And I think that's pretty privileged.
If we really want to get into it, the people most likely to leave derailing comments about how some innocuous piece of advice is actually privileged and not helpful to X or Y people are least likely to be part of those groups of X or Y people. In this example, the creator's talking about ways to sneak more fresh vegetables into your otherwise pre-made meals, and receiving tons of comments about how, well, some people don't have access to fresh vegetables. At this point, you cannot convince me that the people who are constantly doing that in comment sections all around the internet are the people who actually don't have any access to fresh vegetables. I think there's much more compelling evidence that it is actually the people who do have access to fresh vegetables but don't put them in their foods and feel some type of way about that. So rather than interrogating that in any way, they're externalizing it by virtue signaling to a stranger on the internet about how some people don't have access to these things. That the person sharing the helpful tip should feel bad about themselves for even daring to suggest that there is another way to do things, because it can't apply to 100% of people 100% of the time. You see this, by the way, constantly in conversations around things like fast fashion, where someone will say, hey, if you have the option not to, you shouldn't support companies like Shein. They'll be inundated with comments about how some people can literally only afford to shop at Shein. And sure, I'm even willing to grant you that, but it has nothing to do with the average American buying 52 new pieces of clothing per year. You regularly posting fast fashion hauls. I actually think much of this is way less about actually advocating for marginalized or disadvantaged people and way more about finding ways to still manage to feel superior about making choices we know are compromised and don't feel great about deep down. I am in no way suggesting that I make perfect choices, but I am also not barging into random people's comment sections to make them feel bad about suggesting there's another way to do it.